Are annual passes worth it at Disneyland Paris? Can you really save money by having an annual pass? Stick around to find out. Whether you're a regular visitor to Disneyland Paris or if it's your first time planning a visit to Disneyland Paris, you're often asked the question, is the annual pass worth it? Or maybe if it's your first time actually learning about an annual pass, you're probably thinking, what is an annual pass? What does it include? What types of annual passes are there? And can I really save money by opting to get an annual pass instead of a day-to-day pass? Well, let's go over the annual passes and what they each include, and maybe after the end of this video, you'll be able to decide which one benefits you the most and which one is actually worth it for you, and if it actually does save you money as well. Now, there are different types of annual passes. There's the Discovery, the Magic Flex, the Magic Plus, and the Infinity. But before we actually dive into each one of them and what they each offer, let's talk about the prices for each individual annual pass. Now, the lowest tier is the Discovery, which is 229 euros. And then comes the next tier up, which is the Magic Flex for 319 euros. And the one after that is the Magic Plus for 369 euros. And of course, the top tier is the Infinity for 499 euros. And you're probably thinking, wow, that much for an annual pass. What do they include? What do they have? What benefits do I get by paying that much for an annual pass? And also keep in mind, this is a per person, per annual pass price. So it's, you pay for each one of your members of your family this amount of the one you choose, Discovery, Flex, Plus, or Infinity. So now let's go over what they each include and which one is worth it for you. All right, now with that being said, before we dive actually into the benefits of each annual pass, let's talk about what it will cost you if you just go one day, 2 park tickets per adult and per child. For example, if you go a 1 day undated ticket, meaning that you don't have a reserve date, it's just you go whenever you feel like going, it's 130 euros per adult and 122 euros per child, 3 to 11 years old. Now, if you want a 1 dated ticket, for example, a reserved date, let's say the 7th of November or something like that, then per adult, it can range from 81 euros to 130 euros or 77 euros to 122 euros per child. And if you want a 3-day dated ticket to both parks, it can go from 201 euros to 312 euros per adult or 186 to 288 per child. And if you want a 4-day ticket to 2 parks dated, it's 236 to 368 per adult or 220 to 340 per child. So you do the math about how many days you want to go to Disneyland, how many members of your family are going, add them all up, and then we'll talk about the annual passes, adding them all up, and we'll see which one is actually better. For example, in our family, there's 4 of us, my wife and my 2 little ones. So obviously we will have to pay the child tickets and the adult tickets. So we'll talk about numbers in just a quick second and actually compare which one is better, paying for a 1 day, 2-day park entrance or for an annual pass that allows you to go different times of the year. All right, now that we talked about what the prices are for each person, adult and child, going to the park for 1 day or 2-day, dated or undated, let's talk about what each of the annual passes actually benefit or have to offer you. For example, Discovery, which is the lowest tier, remember that one's 229. That one you can only go 150 days per year. You do have access to the parking, but it does cost you 60 euros. You don't have discounts to the shops or to a Disney hotel or to the Disney restaurants, or you don't get the actual annual photo pass to take with the characters and stuff. You don't get a 1-day tickets at the park entrance, which I know they're not doing that right now, but we'll talk about it in another video. And you don't get the privileged 1-day ticket, to be able to buy for your families or friends or etc. And you don't get access to the extra magic hour that you do if you stay at a Disney hotel, which we'll talk about in another video as well. That's the Discovery. Now let's move up a tier, and you're probably thinking 150 days per year, that's not enough for me. I want to go ahead and see what the other ones offer me. The next one up is the Magic Flex. This one was 319 euros per person. On this one, you can go 300 days per year. You do get access to the parking and it doesn't cost you anything. You do get 10% discount on Disneyland Paris shops. You do get also discounts on Disney hotels, you get a 20% one-day ticket at the park entrance, 20% off if you want to buy a ticket at the park. You do have access to the annual pass, the photo pass, to take pictures with the characters. That one actually costs you 65 euros, but you still be able to buy it there, which I know at the actual park, if you don't have the annual pass, it's actually more expensive. I think it's like 70 something or 90 something euros, which here you get it for 65. You do also get 10% discount on the restaurants, and you do not get privilege ticket prices, and you don't get early access to the park for the Magic Hour. That's the Magic Flex. Now the next ones up are the Magic Plus and the Infinity, the top two tiers. The Magic Plus, remember, is $369 per person. That way you can go 350 days per year. You also get access to parking. You get 10% discount to shops at Disneyland Paris. You do also get discounts when staying at a Disney hotel, and you also get a 20% discount when you buy a one-day ticket at the park entrance. With this one, the annual photo pass actually costs you 59 instead of 65 euros, and you also get discounts on restaurants for 10%. And on this one, you can get the privilege tickets for, you know, your friends and family. Do you want to buy a ticket for them? And on low season, it can cost you 47 euros. And on a high season, it can cost you 66 euros. And on the Magic Plus, you do get the extra Magic Hour to be able to go into the park before everybody else goes in. That's only with the Magic Plus. And now the Infinity. Now the Infinity, remember, that one is 499 per person per annual pass. And on this one, you can go all 365 days of the year, including Christmas, New Year's Eve, Halloween, etc., etc. On this one, you can. This is the top tier. This one, you have access to the parking. Instead of getting 10% discount that you get on Magic Flex or Magic Plus, you actually get 20% discount on shops. You do get discount also on hotels. You get a 20% discount on the one-day entrance park tickets. And this one already has the annual photo pass included, free. It doesn't cost you anything because you already have the Infinity, so you have the photo pass for free. And on this one, you get a 15% instead of a 10% discount when you go into restaurants. And on this one, you also get the privilege tickets, which on low season, it costs you 42 euros. And on a high season, it costs you 61. And as well, just like the Magic Plus, you also get the Magic Hour when opting for the Infinity. Now, those are the perks, the benefits of each one of them. Now, which one do you like best? Now that we went over every single of the benefits and the perks, let's look into the quick numbers of the annual passes. If you're looking at these numbers and you're thinking about going 2 consecutive days or more, you can benefit from actually getting a Disney annual pass. Think about it. If you add up those numbers per adult, per child, etc., and you're thinking about going for 2 or 3 days to the park, you end up almost paying the same amount you will pay for an annual pass, or actually even cheaper. So again, this is just my opinion. I've talked to you, I've told you what each one offers and what the benefits are of each one. Now it's time for you to decide if the annual pass is worth it for you or not. In another video, I'll tell you why I think the annual pass is actually worth it. But for this one, I'm going to leave you with this little tip. Go ahead and read on the description each perk, each benefit, and talk it over with your family, talk it over with your spouse. And if you're thinking about, should I get an annual pass, or should I just go one time, one deal kind of thing, just get it over with and just don't talk about it again? Believe me, that never happens. My wife and I have always said, we're going to go for one time and not come back again. And we always end up coming back before a year passes, and it's totally worth it to get the annual pass. Now, which annual pass do we have, and why do we have that annual pass, and it's worth it to get the annual pass? I'll leave it for you in another video. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell to be notified when I drop another video here on Disneyland Paris. And remember, we're here to help you make your next Disneyland Paris trip a magical and memorable one. Until next time, have a magical day.